everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and you can find me here on YouTube and over on Instagram at twinflameguidance555. Okay, so today's pick a card reading is going to be guidance for the upcoming new moon on the 24th of Jan, and also kind of like what you can expect after the full moon or around the full moon, like what is the new moon energy basically going to do for you. So it's going to be mainly focusing on guidance, but we will also see kind of like what you can expect to see. Okay, so there's going to be 3 groups. So pick a number 1, 2 or 3. You might choose to watch all of them. You might pick more than one number, or if you feel like it's not resonating, just pick a different number and watch that. Okay, let us get started. So once you've picked a number, skip ahead to the timestamp, which I'll post in the description box and in the comments, and watch your reading. Okay, starting with group number 1. Let us see. So what your guidance for the new moon? That flew out. So you have a couple of animal cards which flew out. So the first thing I'm going to say is that I feel like the second half of Jan is going to be quite an important transition period for you. So the new moon on the 24th is obviously kind of like a new portal of energy, but I actually feel like from now until like early Feb, like first, second week in Feb, you're going through a very important transition period. Your spirit animal messages, you got the frog, clear out the clutter, koala, spirit has a plan, and stag spirit, take the lead. So I feel like right now, you feel a little bit stagnant and stuck in your situation, and spirit's actually really urging you to kind of like take the reins, like take back control of your life. Don't just kind of like rely on spirit to do all the work for you. You need to make some important changes yourself. You know that you're not happy in your situation. You know that there's old energy that you need to let go of, maybe people that you need to let go of, like connections, relationships. This doesn't have to be romantic, it could be friendships, like could even just be about distancing yourself from your colleagues or your work environment, because I'm getting the sense that you have this protection around you, but you're just not happy. It's like you feel like you have to put this protection up around you because you're not happy in your day-to-day. This really does feel like work, like you're just you're not happy in your work environment, so you ask for protection, and it's like, well, really take the lead and you need to change this situation. It's not good enough to just ask for protection every day. If you're really not happy, then make a change, like take that first step. Because once you take that first step, spirit does have a plan for this. It just wants you to kind of like initiate this change, initiate this kind of like clearing out the cluster to allow the new energies in. As soon as you do take the initiative, that is when the universe will really show that it has your back. Okay, so your guidance really is to take back control, to take control of, clearing out old energies. This could even be like having a clear out of your wardrobe, getting rid of possessions that you no longer want, just really having a nice tidy out. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. So this message is telling me that you have a spirit guide who is helping you, who is supporting you. Could be a grandmother in spirit who is helping you, but basically, you have some old energies that need clearing out because it is time for a new foundation. So group 1, you really need to take the steps to create a new foundation, to create a new life for you, because I'm just sensing that you've really outgrown your old life. I'm seeing Alice in Wonderland getting bigger and bigger. I just feel like you have outgrown this situation. You've outgrown your environment. It is time to like expand your horizons, to think about where you want to move to next. And you're so protected, group 1, that I really sense that spirit is trying to show you and nudge you in the right direction, like show you all the signs, tell you where it is you need to go. But it's up to you to take that step. Spirit can show you all the signs in the world, but if you don't pay attention to them, you're not gonna be able to hear your guidance. Meditate around this new moon and start a meditation practice. So I feel like group 1, maybe you don't meditate enough. You need to really commit to a meditation practice so that you can clearly hear, see, feel, your guides. However they choose to connect to you, it's through meditation where you will be able to strengthen this connection. New experiences and possibilities. I love this message. So this is just confirming everything that has been said so far, that this new moon is all about you expanding your horizons, reaching heights that you have yet to reach. You've really limited yourself, Group 1, in the past. You know, I feel like this is not really your fault. I feel like, you know, your environment that you were in, your work, you know, the relationships you had around you, like family, whatever it is, it was just limiting your growth. You know, you couldn't thrive in this situation, and it is really hindering your progress. And it is time with this new moon for you to decide to embark on new experiences, to reach heights that, you know, you haven't reached before. Group 1, I feel like you've got a tendency not to believe in yourself fully, and maybe that's what stops you taking that first step, is that, you know, you like to, you feel comfortable in what you know. You know, you don't like to step out of your comfort zone, but this new moon is really pushing you to do that. It's really pushing you to kind of take a step outside of your comfort zone, and as soon as you take that first step, Spirit is really going to support you and show you that you've done the right thing. Surrender your need to always be right. So I do feel like this is about, you know, maybe you're a little bit stubborn, you know, maybe you're not letting go of the old because you feel like you've worked hard to be here, or you feel like this is what you once wanted, so therefore you're trying to like force yourself to be happy in this environment, when really, when you tune into yourself, you know you've outgrown this, you know you aren't happy anymore. I do feel like there's some kind of like conflicts in relationships in your life, whether romantic or friendships or like relatives. I just feel like there's a little bit of conflict here around your relationships. So Spirit is asking you to kind of see someone else's perspective, balance out the give and take here. I just heard you don't know best. So I don't know if someone's trying to get you to do something and you're telling this person they don't know best, or if you're kind of refusing to follow guidance or advice that you're being given. But just be a little bit more open-minded, Group 1. Okay, so there's your advice. Let us now see what is kind of coming for you around this new moon or after this new moon. We have, you know, your commitment is being tested here. So I like this card because this is really a push to step out of your comfort zone, which is kind of what I've been saying throughout this whole reading. Yeah, and then change flew out, and it did fly out in reverse. So I feel like after this full moon, after this new moon, you're going to have a decision whether you want to change or not. This comes down to free will here. It's whether or not you want to stay in this situation, or whether you want to kind of expand and explore new horizons, see new possibilities. I'm hearing travel the world, so I feel like for lots of you, travel is going to be involved. For you to kind of like really experience kind of like the shifts and changes necessary. It is requiring you to take that first step. With your commitment is being tested, I would expect after, around this new moon for you to feel a little bit challenged, and this is because you're being pushed. You know, your commitment is being tested. Like, Spirit is pushing you, is challenging you, is testing you. So this isn't a bad thing at all. It is just a little bit of a test of you. You know, do you want to move or do you want to stay? It comes down to free will, like I said. And then we have the It Is All Good card from the Shamanic Healing deck. So you're safe, you're protected. Like, look at these circles here. Like, you are in this bubble of protection. You have nothing to worry about. I feel like some of you, your masculine and feminine energy is a little bit out of balance, which you probably know already intuitively. You probably feel that things are a little bit out of balance within yourself. So a little bit more advice. I do feel like through meditation that is going to resolve itself, but try to balance your own energies out. Try to find some kind of balance within yourself, because as you do that, you'll feel kind of like more prepared to take any kind of like first steps necessary. Group 1, you have a strong relationship with kind of like earth elements. So it could be that you're an earth sign, or you're connected to an earth sign, or just, you know, you really heal through spending time in nature. I feel like, you know, you would work well with like fairy magic. So maybe you really like fairies, or there's just something about, you know, you need to kind of get out in nature. This new moon is going to ask you to really ground yourself, because there needs to be a foundation. So I feel that by getting out in nature, you're going to connect with your guides, that's it. So you've been blocked from kind of receiving messages because you haven't been fully connected with your guides. So by spending time in nature, that is how your guides are going to communicate to you. I feel like you will see the signs, you'll see the synchronicities, you'll see the animal spirits in particular, and like animals will be seen around you, and you'll just notice them, and you'll know that that is a message from your guides. I feel like group one, I mean, I've not done the other two groups yet, but I feel like group one, you are just so protected. Like spirit really just keeps showing me kind of like balls of white light and like bubbles and circles, and I just feel like you are so protected. You need to hear that message. You need to understand just how protected you are, and then trust, like have faith, and just step out of your comfort zone, because once you clear out the clutter, there is going to be an important change. You're going to be a lot happier as well. I'm seeing that you've not been particularly happy lately. Like you might have been quite low, or just not having fun. Like maybe it's just life has become quite mundane, like you've not been enjoying your everyday, and that is going to change. That is going to shift, but you know, you have to create that shift. Okay, so that is going to be all for group one. Let's clear these cards away, and then we will move on to group two. Okay, group two. Let us see what guidance you have for this new moon. Seahorse spirit, watch and wait. So there is an element of surprise coming for you guys with this new moon. I feel like you've been waiting on some kind of important results, and you very well could see something coming to fruition or manifesting in your life around this new moon. The watch and wait card, the seahorse seems to be really significant for me here, because I'm really being drawn to the animal, not the message. So there's something specific about seahorses. In fact, I'm gonna do a really quick Google on my computer, because I just want to know what it is about the seahorse, because I just feel like there's something that... Okay, the first thing that came up on Google was seahorse giving birth. So I don't know if you're pregnant and you're going to find out around this new moon. Maybe that's the message. Maybe there's something about a pregnancy here. And pregnancy doesn't always have to be a baby. It could literally be like a new idea that you've had, which is going to like manifest around this new moon. But there is something about like fertility and pregnancy and giving birth to new ideas, or literally finding out you're pregnant. The spirit animal of a seahorse, so it's a unique creature that is always calm and collected as it navigates the seas. There's a lot to learn from a seahorse symbolism, such as being patient and content with where you are in life and how slowly or quickly you are going. So the message there is, yeah, continue to be patient. You are going to see results, whether or not it's around this new moon or not. Just stay calm and collected and keep navigating, keep moving forwards. Allow your guides to navigate, but I really want you to kind of connect with yourself, because I'm seeing like a compass here, like just above your navel, and I feel like that is a message to really connect with your intuition, like really find that gut feeling that you have, you know, that feeling that you get in your stomach when you just know something is right or you know something is wrong. Like let that guide you, let that be what moves you forwards. Follow your inner compass and you can't get lost. Okay, we have the Unbound card here from the Work Your Light deck. So this new moon, you are releasing soul patterns, you're releasing old contracts, you're doing a lot of past life clearing. So I would recommend a past life meditation for you guys around this new moon. I have a free one on YouTube, like an Akashic meditation, so you might want to do that. But there's something about you clearing away stuff from past lives, and you're setting yourself free. Like this new moon is a time for you to really free yourself. you're no longer staying stuck to like old patterns, or like soul contracts which you've kind of like completed. There's people that, you know, were part of your life for X amount of weeks, months, years, and it's time for those contracts to kind of come to completion. So it's time to let them go. So maybe you want to do a cord cutting as well with this new moon, but I'm definitely getting like this is past life in particular. So I would do a past life meditation group too, and I would also do a cord cutting. You can find all these things on YouTube, and you do not have to pay money. So have a look on YouTube, find something that makes you feel comfortable, and let me know in the comments what your experience is when you have done this, because I'm feeling like a huge weight being lifted off my back as I say this. So I do think this is a really important exercise for you group 2. Okay, we have hope and happiness, and we have assurance. So there is a lot of, I'm being given like culmination of energies. So I feel like, you know, you've experienced like a little bit of a roller coaster lately, group 2, and you're going to kind of see that balancing out. You're going to see like all the energies that you've been in kind of like intertwining, creating some kind of like safe mesh or mold for you, and that is going to, it's going to help you integrate what you've learned. There's important lessons that you have learned. You've done so much healing. You've done so much growing. So much growing over the last couple of months, or even like 12 months. And you're going to kind of see all that integrating. Sorry, I had to take that call. So yeah, you're really like integrating all this energy, like everything you've been through over the last, it does feel like 12 months. Or even longer, like 18 months. Like you've been through such an intense time, and for some reason this new moon seems to be like the integration of all those lessons, everything you've learned. I just got a huge pain in my chest, and I just felt like cords being cut. So I really do feel like this new moon, you know, you are completely detaching from certain people. You're letting go of just soul contracts, and this is going to feel different for different people. For some of you, it's going to be like a little bit challenging to let go of these people. For others, it's going to be so healing, and like you're going to feel so much freer after this new moon. This is particularly in relation to like old relationships or friendships, more than anything else. People who have hurt you or done you wrong. I feel like, you know, it is time to really cut the cords to these people. Sorry. Interesting. So your surrender card is surrender to non-action, which goes perfectly with our seahorse spirit here. Watch and wait. There is not much going on right now, and it's going to be a surprise when it happens. So surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your power. Let others come to you. So if you are waiting for someone to return, watch and wait. Wait for this person to come to you. You know, you will see a lot of happiness after this new moon. Like that is coming through very, very strongly. It's really important. Like you will see a lot of happiness after this new moon. It's like a rainbow. Like it's just so much beauty and abundance and success. Just focus on you. I'm seeing like you're in like a little cocoon right now. That's a perfect place for you to be. Focus on cutting cords, letting go of old soul contracts, do a past life regression, and see what comes out of it. Do you know what's funny? I've just remembered, but on Thursday I'm going to see my hypnotherapy counsellor, and I've asked specifically to do a past life regression with him, which I've only just remembered. I booked that weeks ago, so that feels very guided. Okay, let us see what flew out. Okay, we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. So this is a card of soulmates, I'm sure. I'm being really guided to have a look in the book for this. February time is going to be really important for your relationships, is what I'm being kind of told here. Like February time, you will have a lot of progress made in your relationships. Okay, let's read this from a book. So, full moon in Pisces. Have you been so head in the clouds that you've lost touch with reality? If so, take this card as a sign that you need to pay attention and make a concerted effort to move towards your goals. The more practical steps you can take, the better. It is time to find an inner balance between your responsibilities and your dreams. Meditate on your question, and the solutions to your issue may now come through very clearly. This is exactly what an Akashic meditation is for you. You enter an Akashic meditation with a specific question, and you get the answers you need. I would so recommend checking out my Akashic record meditation, which is here on YouTube, and doing that and seeing what you get from it, because I feel like perhaps answers that you've been blocked from hearing before, you are now open to hearing them. So additional meanings for this card: follow your intuition, it won't let you down. The person you're asking about is a soulmate, and you're in a super romantic but not super realistic state of mind, which is fine, because I just feel like this is kind of confirming that there's going to be an improvement in your love life, but you do need to watch and wait. You need to let this person come to you, and keep doing like your past life clearings and your cord cutting. Okay, let's see what is coming for you guys after this new moon. Judgment. I love this. I love the Judgment card in this deck. This is going to create balance. It's going to restore some balance. So I feel like you're going to really appreciate and understand other people's perspectives. You're going to be letting go of judgments about yourself. And after this new moon, I do feel like there's going to be some kind of reward, especially with the watch and wait and the surrender to non-action with the hope and happiness. I just feel like you're going to see such positive shifts happen. Like you're going to receive some kind of judgment. You're going to receive some kind of reward here. We have stripping illusions, and the flower is blooming. The flower is blossoming here. So yeah, like someone who wants to be with you romantically is letting go of their illusions about this connection. There's some huge shift that's happening for you guys around this new moon. Like new ideas, new beginnings. Being told the power of free. So the power of free is like unity of like mind, body, soul. It's just like Trinity, like Holy Trinity I'm just being given. So that's going to resonate for some. I'm not even being guided to really like read too much into that, just to deliver the message. So you've got the Labyrinth card, which is transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment. So a labyrinth, like you can't take a wrong turn in a labyrinth. It's basically like a spiral and a journey towards the center of the labyrinth to come back out. So the labyrinth to me always just represents, yeah, the journey to enlightenment, the journey to the center of yourself, the center of the universe, of everything, and then coming back out. So, you know, you just need to keep following your path. Just keep following the guidance you're given and really trust and believe that, you know, you're doing the right things, because you are, like, you are transitioning to the next chapter of your life. So yeah, you've got your guidance, and I do feel like honestly after this new moon, this judgment is going to be important. It's going to be helpful. It's going to be incredibly healing. It's going to be really, really powerful. There's a lot of rewards which are coming for you guys after this new moon. Okay, on to group number 3. So let's see, group 3, what guidance do we have for you guys for this new moon? I'm being given like beauty, so I don't know, it's going to be different for different people, but basically I feel like a lot of self-care is needed for you guys around this new moon. Like you really need to do something like self-care, like a ritual to look after yourself. Perhaps you suffer with like low self-esteem, or you just don't feel very beautiful right now, you don't feel very attractive. So being guided to tell you guys, group 3, to really focus on self-love and self-care with this new moon. Yeah, and we have Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. So this is like, don't take huge steps. I'm feeling like you guys need to stay in with this new moon. I'm really seeing like a new moon ritual for group 3. So have a salt bath, treat yourself, get a massage, get a haircut, like do a facial, like anything. Just do something for you with this new moon. Like, focus on the small things that you can focus on, the small things that you can change. You know, I feel like maybe you guys are overthinkers, you worry too much. So try not to worry, try to just really tend to the things that you can actually change. Yeah, look, we have the Get Grounded card, and this is like a card of empaths. So yeah, it could be, you know, you're just really sensitive to other people's energies, and you've been absorbing a lot of other people's shit, basically. So you need to really just salt bath, cleanse that away, and just be in your own environment, your own space right now. You're very sensitive, and I do feel like this new moon might be making you feel a little bit extra sensitive. You might feel a little bit, being given like vulnerable, so you might feel like a little bit vulnerable right now, like things are a little bit sensitive, you feel a little extra sensitive. So just spend some time on your own, practicing some self-care and some self-love. Okay, we have number 25 here. Keep your dreams alive. Don't give up. Connect with your inner child. There's something coming through for group number 3 about your inner child feels a little bit neglected. The reason why you feel vulnerable is because I feel like your inner child doesn't feel very safe right now, for whatever reason that is. So I want you to do an inner child meditation. So, you know, just put some relaxing music on and literally just visualize yourself meeting your inner child. You can find a guided meditation on YouTube for free. So connect with your inner child with this new moon, because I feel like once you do that, you'll feel more powerful, you'll feel a little bit less sensitive, and you'll feel, I'm getting like stronger, more stable, and more secure in yourself. Yeah. Surrender obsessive thinking. So you right now, you're worrying way too much. You're very sensitive, but you're not very grounded. So get grounded, connect with your inner child, you know, find some alignment within yourself, and stop worrying about what you can't control. All you can control are these small things. And I love like how the colours in these cards really go well together and complement each other. So yeah, this is saying, you know, focus on the things that you can change. There is no point worrying about this situation. Whatever it is, it's out of your control. So if you're obsessing about a personal situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So whatever you cannot control or change, there is no reason and no need for you to hold on to it. Let it go. Let spirit take over, and you just focus on tending to the small things that you can change, such as self-love, self-care, connecting with your inner child, grounding yourself, clearing your energy, not absorbing other people's energy. They are the things that you can change. Sorry, too many flew out. Let's get a Moonology card. Okay, 3 fell out, and I'm going to take them all. So we have hold your vision. It's time to take action and look at the bigger picture. So with this new moon, you're being guided to really hold your vision. That's what this card is saying as well. Keep your dreams alive. So you don't need to kind of like let go of your dreams. You know, when I say surrender obsessive thinking, I'm not saying give up on this personal situation. I'm saying hold your vision, but let it go. Detach from it. Give it to spirit. Like literally write a letter to spirit, to the universe, or have a conversation. Like say it out loud. Really give this up to the universe to take over, because I'm getting that this situation is just so out of your control. You need to focus on what is it that you can take action towards, what is it that you can change, and look at the bigger picture. There is no need to worry about this. I'm just hearing you are safe, you are protected. So there is no need for you to be worrying about what is happening right now. It's all going to be resolved exactly as it's meant to. What is meant for you will not pass you by. But yeah, keep your eyes on the bigger picture, and just take action where you can, like where it matters. If you can't control it, let it go. Yeah, you have the freedom cards. After this new moon, you're definitely going to feel freer of this, as long as you set the intention to give this to spirit and stop overthinking, stop worrying. So yeah, really, I want you with this new moon to kind of, I really sense writing. So I feel like write a letter to the universe about what it is that's on your mind, what it is that you're worrying about, and then burn it under the new moon. and like release it, let it go, and then just focus on lots of self-love, self-care, and connecting to your inner child, grounding yourself, meditating, clearing your energy, that kind of stuff. But after this new moon, you're really going to be free of this. I do feel like you're really going to be letting go of what it is that you can't control, and as a result, you're going to feel a lot happier. Yep, I love these messages. So, your shamanic healing card, emotional release. So you might feel a little bit emotional around this new moon. You might be feeling extra sensitive, but if you let this go, surrender your obsessive thinking, cry it out. You know, don't repress or like suppress any emotion within yourself. Like really release it, cry it out. Do whatever you need to. Allow all your emotions to be felt. Allow yourself to feel the depth of everything, but then don't hold on to it. Just let it go. Let it kind of like cleanse you. Because once you've had this emotional release, I'm sensing after this new moon, you're going to feel free. So don't worry if you feel a little bit emotional or sensitive after the new moon. It's just you're breaking free of this cycle of overthinking and worrying about what you can't change and control. So hold your vision, believe in what you want to happen, but don't worry about it. You have the Tree of Life card here. True wisdom and making good choices in life. So yeah, what choices can you make? What can you change? What can you control? And take action towards that. You know, if there is something that you can impact, that you can change, then it's a good decision to do something about it. But make sure you're not holding on to what you can't change and control. Okay, group 3, they are your messages. Sending you all so much love and light. Let me know in the comments what resonates, and what happens if you follow the guidance that you receive through these messages.